You're live. Evening all, and welcome to tonight's Victoria Ring quiz, or should I more rightly say quiz from my front room, but never mind. It will be a quiz all the same, 6 rounds of tricky trivia as normal, and as we speak, everybody's beginning to log in. We've just had Harry Cage, Harry Julie are there. Good evening to you. Good evening to our friends from Toronto. And good evening to Kevin Keenan, Rotary Club. I think they're all beginning to log in. We'll see how they get on in a bit. Nikki Bowers, good evening to you. Squeaky Pop, of course. I was going to say, what on earth have you been letting Neil loose in the kitchen? What on earth is he cooking for you? Or is he cooking for himself? I've no idea. Evening, Stuart Colwell. I like to see you're in early. I hope I haven't made it too tricky for you tonight, Stuart. Let's see how we do. Good evening, Mike Yates. Nice to see you signed in and ready to go. And good evening to Graham and Jane Gifford, our friends from Cambridge. Nice to see you, and hope all is well with you. I'm just enjoying a beer whilst we're waiting for everybody to get signed in. Been another gorgeous day, even though we've had a slight amount of cloud cover, but it has been a gorgeous day last night. Right, Martin and Tina have just signed in. One half of the weak links from Dunchurch. Let's see how they fare tonight against their nemesis from Yelvertoft, who are their friends, but they like to do the quiz against each other rather than with each other. We'll see. Come on, Stuart, you'll be all right tonight. Nice and easy, dead easy round. You might as well all write down tonight. The first round is just entitled Sunday the 31st. Same as normal, Sunday the 31st, pretty straightforward. Just write that down top to bottom. How are you doing, Kevin? Are you doing all right with your signing everybody in from the Rotary Club? Is it going well? I don't know. Right, what's everybody been up to today then? What have I done today, Ange? I've been doing all sorts, haven't I? I've been sat in front of the computer most of the day doing the quiz, to be fair. But yes, here we go. Andrew Lewis, the Yelvertoft gang and representatives have just signed in. Good evening to you too. Hope all is well. And Richard Taylor's just joined the fray from the Rugby Rotary Club, so they've got a few people in there now. Oh dear. I've got my favourite dragon shirt on tonight. Very cool. It's the one I bought in Vietnam whilst I was out there before all this coronavirus malarkey started, but never mind. Right, Glynis and Keith in Minehead. Nice to see Carrie Mitchell. Hi from Glynis and Keith in Minehead. Good evening to you, Glynis. How are you doing? All right? Nice to see you all from Minehead. Anyway, it's a great place to log in from. We've got Carol and the gang. Home Alone 6 always do very well in this quiz. I think so, yeah. They've just signed in from Crick, Rugby and Oakham. So that's a good spread of talent in their team. Let's see how you fare tonight. I haven't made the last round quite as tricky as Wednesday night's, Carol, just to let you know. Pretty straightforward quiz tonight. You just need your brains. That's all you need. Now then, I hope my nose isn't too red tonight. I've got the sun still setting in the right-hand side here, or in the west. And of course, I've got lights all around me to lack of talent. Oh dear. Roy, are you in there? I presume you're in their team, Roy, or not? I don't know. You're all part of the same team, aren't you? Roy and Carol, or are you separate teams? I don't know. Right, Siffer's just signed in. Leslie Barrett, good evening to you. Hope all is well with you. And also Anthony Ridgway. The Ridgways are here from Welton. Good evening to the Ridgways, and I hope you're all well. Ian Townsend's just logged in, the Foreskin, so good evening to them. John O'Rourke and the Famous Five, they've also joined us. Good evening, John. I hope all is well with you and the family, and you're all keeping well. Yeah, I think so. Good evening, Sarah. Sarah, our friends from Worcester have just signed in. Hope all is well down there, and the weather is fine and beautiful down there. I presume you've, I don't know what's happening with this lockdown malarkey, whether most of you have actually been out or not. I noticed we went down to Draycott Water has reopened this week, and we went around Draycott yesterday, and it seemed quite busy, I have to say. But I don't know. I think Severn Trent have opened up all their areas, and I think the National Trust are due to open theirs as well. Right, Mark Ganderton, our friends from Norwich have just signed in. So coming live from Norwich with a pint of Witchwood Hobgoblin. Very nice. 4.2% bottled ale, no doubt, Mark. I hope all is well with you and your friends and family. Right, as I mentioned earlier, the first round tonight is just entitled, very straightforward. It's going to be Sunday the 31st. Sunday the 31st. Not too difficult, that one. And if I don't know whether I want to go through, should we go through the rounds? Right, let's just quickly go through the rounds then for everybody that really wants to know. We've got a few minutes before we start anyway yet. So round number 2 tonight are all 2-word answers starting with the initials P and G. P and G. So basically every answer is just 2 words line starting P and G. Pretty straightforward stuff with that one. That's round number 2. Round number 3 tonight is a trivia trail where the last letter of your first answer is the first letter of your next answer. And that is entitled beer because all the questions have something to do with beer. So for all you that drink beer, and it is a pub quiz after all, or supposed to be, even if we're not in the pub, round number 3 trivia trail. The last letter of each answer is the first letter of your next answer, and it will start something to do with beer, you'll be pleased to know. Right then, round number 4 tonight, if I can find it. Round number 4 is one you all seem to like, which is a food and drink round. Food and drink seems to go down pretty well. Well, I know the drink goes down well, but I mean the food and drink rounds go down reasonably well. They seem to be favourites in most people. So we've got Mick Roberts just signed in. Mick and Bev, good evening to you. Hope's all well with you, Mick. And you'll have to let me know whether you've managed to get that exercise bike ordered yet or whether you're waiting another few weeks or not. Stuart Colwell saying hooray. Is that for the food and drink round or the beer round? You should do quite well in both of those, Stuart. Is that Ian Townsend from Gilsborough School, Carol's asking? Is this a former boyfriend, perhaps? We will ask the question, or Carol's just asked the question, so let's see. Round number 5 is an initial letter link. It was supposed to be 9 questions on general knowledge, where the answer to the final question would be spelled out by rearranging the letters of the words of the first 9 answers. But I had to increase that to 10 because I ended up changing around without realising it. So we've actually got 11 questions in the initial letter round. Right, we've just had Thomas Crinigan's just signed in. Good evening to you. Hope all is well with you. We've got Ian Anthony James, Don Quixote have signed in. Now we're all in trouble. Let's see how they fare tonight. They are signing in from Salford, Clapham and Croydon. So what a mixture that is. Great team there. Gray's Optician. The Hawkins family have just signed in. Good evening to you. Hope all is well with you. Ian Townsend, hi Carol, it's me. Yes. Now then, come on, we need to know more, I think. Ian, would you like to expand on how you knew Carol at school? Were you in the same class perchance, or who's putting on? My wife says I'm putting my posho voice, but never mind. Right, we've got Ruth Foster, Spoonfish, and the Greys have just signed in. So good evening to you. Hello, Joe. Hello, Ian. Hello, Ian. Hi, Ian. I thought it must be you. Yes, Cornish Tyke here. Right, excellent. Thomas Grinigan, Ian. Oh, blimey. Right, Jill and Steve Pugh have just signed in. Good evening to you, Steve and Jill. Hope all is well down in Cambridge. Chris Meads has just signed in. Hello to you. Oh dear, Kevin, it didn't work. Oh well, never mind. I can turn my phone off then in that case. Sadly, didn't work. Have to try another day. Well, that's a shame. Never mind. Chris Speak, good evening to you. Hope all is well with you and the family. Have you been up to anything today special? I've been out on the golf course. I don't know. Well, they allow you out on a Sunday. I expect they do, don't they? But I don't know. I'm going to just switch my phone off then if Kevin's come out of that. But never mind. We'll try another day. And where I got to with the rounds. And finally, round number 6 tonight is basically just a general silly general trivia round for you all. A few true or false questions and a few optional answers, but not as difficult as Wednesday nights. I'm not doing bonus or bust. We'll just have a straightforward trivia round. You either know them or you don't. So we've got Jenny Graham and friends have just signed in. Hello to you all. I hope you and all your family members are doing well and putting up with this lockdown as well we can, but never mind. Now, when are the pubs going to be open again? That's the question we keep asking ourselves. Yes, Jill Pugh saying hi to Glynis and Keith. Are you playing together or are you two separate teams? That'll be interesting. So we've got Dean Johnson. Hello from Alison and Dean in Clapham from Don Quixote. Helen and Steve Valentine have just signed in. Good evening to you. Hope all is well with you. It's been a lovely day again. I trust most of you have either been out in the garden or at least out for a walk or a cycle ride somewhere. It has been a glorious day. Right, we've got another 4 minutes before we start the quiz. We've now got 76 teams signed in so far. People joining the last few minutes before we get going. They're doing it separately. Well, that's fair play. So we'll see who wins then tonight. Jill, it's Steve and Jill Pugh versus Glynis and Keith and Carrie. Now that'll be interesting. See how well you all fare. From Minehead, that's an interesting. I haven't been to Minehead for years. You're not on holiday, are you? Or is that where you live now? I don't know. Right, have you all got beer and drinks to hand? And have you all got your snacks ready? That's more important. So you've got something to do whilst I waffle on during the quiz. Right, 3 minutes to go before the first question tonight. Each of you needs to get a piece of paper ready. And down the side of the paper, just write the words Sunday the 31st in that order. That should give you 10 first letters of Sunday the 31st will be the first letters of the first 10 answers. It's beautiful here. Well, it's been beautiful here all day, although we have had a little bit more cloud cover this afternoon. My solar production actually was the highest ever in 5 years of having solar panels. The last 3 months have been the highest output ever. So I'm looking forward to a big payoff. Well, maybe not such a big payoff from my energy company in a few weeks' time if we're lucky. But never mind. But yes, this month especially has set a new record for solar output. Highest ever month in the last 48 months, I think, something like that. Right, Chilly Willie's just signed in. Good evening to you, Chilly. Hope all is well with you. Pick a mix. Nice to see you all signed in. And Alex Brown, the Browns have just signed in. Nice to see the Browns. And Faye's also come in. My dad is very much enjoying his box of Atomic Lockdown. Thank you, Nick. Right, well, I'm drinking some Atomic Lockdown tonight. It's a little bit flat. I think I've had it in my box a bit too long, but never mind. I've got some in the fridge to keep it fresher or colder. I've had to have the air conditioning on this afternoon to keep the house a bit cooler. It was getting a bit hot in here this afternoon, but never mind. Right then, we have a minute to go. We've now got 80 odd teams signed in. There's one or two we're still waiting for, but we will be getting going in a minute. Round one, as I mentioned, was Sunday, the 31st. So the first question or answer will start with the letter S. S for Sunday. And it'll be one that will bring back school memories. This one will, Carol and Ian, and memories for me especially. Dear God, I used to hate school at times, but never mind. No, not all the time. That's a bit unfair. Wow, have we only got half of the booby prize, girl? I don't know. We got only half a booby tonight, or one booby. We'll see. Face signed, didn't it? I'm not quite sure. We will see. Right then, it is now 2015, so let's get cracking on with this quiz. Round of one, as I mentioned, Sunday the 31st. So your first answer, eyes down, look in. Get your pieces of paper ready, starting with the letter S. This is a nice, easy one to get you going. Likened to eating frog spawn by some, what was one of the most common puddings in the 1960s and 70s in British schools? So likened to eating frog spawn by some, what was one of the most common puddings in the 60s and 70s in British schools? So far, you're on your own tonight. Oh dear. Right, come on then. Let's see how well you do. You'll get that one. No, straightforward answer to that. So one-word answer I'm after. Question number 2 is a little trickier. I hope you've all been watching a race around the world recently. Question number 2, starting with the letter U, the capital of the Tierra del Fuego, and appearing recently in Race Around the World. What is the name of the city which claims the title of the world's southernmost city? It's a one-word answer. So question 2 again, the capital of the Tierra del Fuego, and appearing recently in Race Around the World. What is the name of the city which claims the title of the world's southernmost city? Although, of course, that's disputed. There are many cities that claim that, but this one more than any claims it. I couldn't find mine head on number 3 or Blackpool, but never mind, we'll see. Question number 3. What type of beaches can be found in Studland Bay, Dorset, Cleats Shore on the Isle of Arran, and Brighton Beach in Sussex? So what type of beaches can be found in Studland Bay, Dorset, Cleats Shore on the island of Arran, and Brighton Beach in Sussex? No, you don't have to spell anything right in this quiz. Unless, of course, it's an anagram. Then you might need to spell it right, but never mind. Providing it sounds about right, Carol, that's all we want. I wouldn't know how to spell it anyway. I've got it in front of me and I still wouldn't be able to spell it if I tried. I trust you're talking about number 2 and not number 3. Right, question number 4, starting with the letter D. What is the name of one of the most popular festivals of Hinduism? It's symbolized as spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. So what is the name of one of the most popular festivals of Hinduism? It symbolizes the spiritual victory of light over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. Ooh, I've got an itch on my nose now. Well, that always happens when I'm doing this. I've got my itchy left. No. Yeah, it is left. What's that? I had an itchy nose last week. Must be this computer. I don't know what it is. Wait a minute. I've actually got tissue tonight. That'll help. Right. Question number 5. What is the name of the element with the atomic number 33 and the atomic symbol AS? It is naturally present at high levels in the groundwater of a number of countries. So what is the name of the element with the atomic number 33 and the atomic symbol AS? It is naturally present at high levels in the groundwater of a number of countries. Well, not too difficult so far. Sure you'll agree, Stuart? Or is it too difficult? Oh, is that the washing machine going to make it? Oh, we're going to have to stop that in a minute. It's going to make that noise. Question number 6. Which 1968 animated film centers around Pepperland, a cheerful, music-loving paradise under the sea, which falls under a surprise attack from the music-hating blue meanies? So question 6 again, which 1968 animated film centers around Pepperland, a cheerful, music-loving paradise under the sea, which falls under a surprise attack from the music-hating blue meanies? I'm sure a lot of you will know that one. Remember, that's got to start with the letter Y. Right, question number 7, for all you that haven't done one of these rounds before, this has got to start with the number 3. What number appears in the title of an adventure novel by the Scottish author John Buchan? It is the first of 5 novels featuring Richard Hannay, an all-action hero with a stiff upper lip. So what number appears in the title of an adventure novel by the Scottish author John Buchan? It is the first of 5 novels featuring Richard Hannay, an all-action hero with a stiff upper lip. He probably got a moustache as well, I expect. You're right, Lydia. She's yawning over there, my daughter. You didn't sleep very well last night. Apparently, it was getting light when she got to bed, or when she, well, not when she got to bed, but when she woke up. When she went to sleep, it was getting light. Let's get it right. Question number 8. Remember, this has got to start with the number 1. According to the Old Pirates song from Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, how many men would you find on a dead man's chest? So question 8 again. According to the Old Pirates song from Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, how many men would you find on the dead man's chest? Apparently that was something to do with he set them I don't know, he dumped them on an island somewhere near the British Virgin Islands, expecting them all to kill themselves, but when he went back they were all still alive or something, but never mind. Question number 9, dead easy. This has got to start with the letter S. What is a telegraphy system conveying information at a distance by means of visual signals with handheld flags or paddles? So question 9 again, what is a telegraphy system conveying information at a distance by means of visual signals with handheld flags or paddles? Well, it can be by hand as well, and various other things. And finally, to finish this dead easy first round, starting with the letter T, completed in 1826 and grade 1 listed, who designed the Menai suspension bridge, which was used to carry road traffic between the island of Anglesey and the mainland of Wales? I don't know why I put was, it should be is used because it still is used. Completed in 1826 and grade 1 listed, who designed the Menai suspension bridge, which is used to carry road traffic between the Isle of Anglesey and the mainland of Wales? So there we have it. That's your first round. Right, I'm just going to give you a minute. In fact, I might need to give you a bit longer than that because my wife's put the washing machine on and it's just about to go into full spin mode. So if you hear a bit of a whining noise, don't worry about it. We'll see. Oh, off it goes. Right. It's reasonably quiet. Do you want to? Oh, thanks, Tricia. I've put some beer in the fridge, by the way. Right, I'll give you another 30 seconds. If anybody needs any longer, just let me know in the chat column where we can give you a little bit of time. No desperate rush. I don't suppose we're all getting out to go anywhere, especially tonight. Certainly not going down the pub, which is a shame. But never mind. Right, we've got PRS just checking in. Matthew, all the questions to the first round are down on the right-hand side. I'll give you a chance quickly to answer those 10, as you've just signed in a few minutes late. But never mind. I'm sure you'll catch up. The chat is on the right-hand side. Carrie Mitchell, we've got lag with our video. Well done with your drinking beer at the same time as speaking. Well, what I suggest you do if you've got a lag with the video audio is to log out and log back in again. It nearly always solves the problem. Not all the time, but it's a good chance. Right, Matthew, you're up to date. Fantastic. In which case, yeah, I didn't think they were too tricky. You should be able to whiz through those. Let's go back and do some marking. Now, remember, you're marking your own. And at the end of the marking, I just need you to post your scores on the right-hand side in the chat column. So, likened to eating frog spawn. What was the common name of pudding in the 60s and 70s? I was after semolina. Semolina. Number 2, the capital of Tierra del Fuego apparently is a city called Ushuaia. Ushuaia. Number 3, what type of beaches can be found at Studland Bay, Dorset, Cleat Shore on the Isle of Arran, and Brighton Beach in Sussex? Well, either nudist or naturist beaches or naturalist beaches. You can have any of those. They all start with the same letter, but nudist was what after, something to do with that. Question number 4, the Festival of Light or Victory over Light or Darkness is called Diwali or Diwali. Number 5, the atomic number AS is arsenic I'm after. Question number 6, which 1968 animated film centres around Pepperland? That was The Yellow Submarine. What number appears in the title of adventure novel by Scottish author John Buchan? That was the 39 Steps, of course. Number 8, according to the old pirate song from Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island, how many men would you find on a dead man's chest? That's 15 men on the dead man's chest. Number 9, that form of conveying information was semaphore. And finally, number 10 was, of course, Thomas Telford. Thomas Telford. Now, I've got about 10 of you have put sago down there. I will just look that up and check, make sure sago is frog spawn-like. I do remember having sago as well. It was just as bad. Let me just have a check and make sure that you're not leading me up the garden path and sago is pink or something. So just give me a second. Right, here we go. Sago, Star Extract, Spongy Centre. Yeah, okay. We'll let you have sago. That's fair enough. He doesn't actually say it's like frog spawn here, but I expect it was just as bad. It all tasted like frog spawn to me. So, yes, I will give you sago. You've been very, very generous there in that first round. Yes, I've been trimming the moustache this evening. Why? Who said that? Oh, I hope you've all noticed I trimmed my moustache tonight. Right, here we go. We've got some scores coming in. I have allowed sago for you. So we've got Harry Cage and Julian Ian with 9. Pick a Mix on 8. Got Nicky Bowers with 9. Anthony Ridgeway with 10. Michelle's got 9. Stuart Colwell with 9. Rugby Rotary Club with 10. Julia Pugh with 8. Carol Green with 8. Andrew Lewis with 8. Famous 5 with 9. Don Quizzoto with 9. Carrie Mitchell with 9. Roger Griffiths with 9. Chris Speak with 9. Jenny Graham and my friends are on 9. We got Leslie Barrett on 10. Thomas Crinigan, Ice Ice Baby on 10. We've got Squeaky Palm on 8. Martin Davis is on 8. Split the Difference are on 10. How do you know what frog spawn tastes like? Well, that's fair. Gray's Opticians is on 9. Paul and Eve J on 10. We've got Home Alone 6 on 8.5. Good a half there. Steve Farndon on 9. PRS on 9. We've got Mum and Son on. Alex Brown on 8. Ian Townsend, 7.5 for us. Dad and Uncle are against us tonight. Oh, nice to see. That's fine. You put jam in semolina. Well, you probably put jam in sago as well. I'm not sure what else you'd do with it, but never mind. Great White from Toronto on a fantastic 8. So well played, you. We've got Mark Garrington and the gang. A man lying on the nudist beach suddenly sees a woman walking past. Hi, my name is Ed. Looking down, he said, "What's it shut for?" Which he replied, "Don't know. It's been like it." Oh, dear. Chris Picard with a very sensible 9. Right, we've now got 91 teams logged in at the moment. If anybody would like to subscribe to the channel, it's nice and easy. You just press subscribe button, and that does mean how do get half. What does that mean, Chili? Does that mean how does somebody get a half? I have no idea. But you're marking your own, so only your conscience will tell. Frog spawn was tapioca. Oh, well, that was as well. That's true. But it didn't start with the S, did it? But never mind. So tapioca, sago, semolina. I'm sure they used to just club it all together with the same damn name, but never mind. The NAD scratchers are on 10. If you're allowed wrong answers, yeah. I'll allow you that wrong answer. Well done, Keith. NAD scratchers. That's a good name for a team. Right, round number 2 tonight. All the answers start. They're all 2-word answers, starting with the letters P and G. P and G. as in Grayson Perry, but that'll be the other way around, of course. Perry Grayson. Or was that Perry Mason? Right. Question number 1. Here we go then. Eyes down looking. P and G. Played by Honor Blackman, who is a fictional character in the 1959 Ian Fleming novel Goldfinger and the 1964 film of the same name. So question 1 again. Played by Honor Blackman, who is a fictional character in the 1959 Ian Fleming novel Goldfinger and the 1964 film of the same name. I'm sure everybody got that straight away. Certainly one of the Bond girls that you can't forget, really, isn't it? So question number 2. Which professional footballer started his career at Newcastle United and ended at Boston United? He is widely recognised as the most naturally talented English footballer of his generation. A frog spawn was tapioca. Oh dear, oh dear. I knew that. Well, it depends where it was made. If you went to Northland School, which I did in rugby, basically any white stuff that looked like kind of coagulated whatever, to me looked like frog spawn, because it was always managed to be lumpy, whatever it was. But never mind. Right, question number 2 again. Which professional footballer started his career at Newcastle United and ended at Boston United? He is widely regarded as the most naturally talented English footballer of his generation. Question number 3. Founded in 1837, what is an American multinational consumer goods corporation headquartered in Cincinnati? It specializes in a wide range of personal care and hygiene products. So founded in 1837, what is an American multinational consumer goods corporation headquartered in Cincinnati? It specializes in a wide range of personal care and hygiene products. It's actually a 3-word answer, but the middle word is an and. So just stick the and in the middle to get the answer. 2-word answer with and in the middle. So make it a 3-word answer, that one. Robin Miller's put any white stuff. We're still on about tapioca and semolina. As far as I'm concerned, it was always like frog spawn, whatever they dealt up, but never mind. Question number 4. What Motion Picture Association of America's film rating advises that some material may not be suitable for children? So what Motion Picture Association of America's film rating advises that some material may not be suitable for children? Carrie Mitchell, our lag has gone, thank you. I don't think it was anything to do with me, Carrie, you're all right. Often if you just log in and out again, it sorts itself out, but not all the time. It's very difficult to keep up with me anyway, to be fair, but never mind. So I hope you've all got that nice, easy one. Question number 5 is a little trickier. Who recently played the role of James Trenchard in the historical drama Belgravia? He is also known for playing the part of DCI Gene Hunt on the BBC series Life on Mars and its sequel, Ashes to Ashes. That's amongst many other things he's been in. That's a 2-word answer. So who recently played the role of James Trenchard in the historical drama Belgravia? He is also known for playing the part of DCI Gene Hunt on the BBC series Life on Mars and its sequel, Ashes to Ashes. Well, the sun's still up. It's just beginning to go down. It's still bright sunshine here. I suppose the further north you are, the brighter it is, to be fair. And it'd be very bright in Toronto at the moment. Right, beer's going down quite well tonight. Very fine pint of lockdown. Right, question number 7. A little trickier, but I'm sure it's Sago. How do you start a pudding race? I think we're getting off track with the Sago and the tapioca, but never mind. Question number 7. Sheriff of Lincoln County, New Mexico, who was an American Old West lawman, bartender, and customs agent who became renowned for killing Billy the Kid. Again, a 2-word answer. What's that? Oh, have I? Oh, bother. Sorry. Yeah, do you want me to change them? I can change them around. Can you change them around? Sorry, I've read the wrong question out. But it doesn't matter. You answer that one. I'm going to change it around. What's it done? Look at that. So question 6 again. Sheriff of Lincoln County, New Mexico, who was an American Old West lawman, bartender, and customs agent who became renowned for killing Billy the Kid. It's a lot of professions at one go, isn't it? A lawman, a bartender, and a customs agent. I wonder whether he did them all at the same time. Oh, that's besides killing outlaws as well. Fallen Eve, it's shining bright and blithe. Excellent. Well, it should be. The further north we go, we should have longer sunshine, shouldn't it? Right, question number 7. This is the tough one in the round. I'm sure our friends from Crick will get this one. Who was an Australian-born composer, arranger, and pianist who lived in the United States from 1914 and became an American citizen in 1918? That's not an easy question, that one. So, who was an Australian-born composer, arranger, and especially pianist who lived in the United States from 1914 onwards and became an American citizen in 1918? Just when you need a musician in the team for that one. I'm expecting Carol Jackson to know that one straight away, as will Mick Roberts. Very good on his composers, especially his decomposing composers. Right, just when you thought they couldn't get any harder, they get easier. So question number 8. Who is a member of the Royal British family, of the British royal family even, the eldest child of Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, and third in line of succession to the British throne? Remember, I'm after a PG, so just use those initials. So who is a member of the British royal family, the eldest child of Prince William, Duke of Cambridge, and third in line of succession to the British throne? What's the easy one than that? And that too easy, so I'll crack on with question number 9 a bit quicker. Often reviled and feared, what colloquial name was given to the impressment service that was formed to force eligible men of seafaring habits and age to serve on naval vessels? And again, that's a 2-word answer. So often reviled and feared, what colloquial name was given to the impressment service that was formed to force eligible men of seafaring habits and age to serve on naval vessels? What the hell seafaring habits means, I had no idea. Does that mean if you've got a boat on Draycott, you get whatever? Anyway. How are we doing in Cambridge? Are we all still with us? Are we doing well? Are you beating your friends' relations down in Minehead, I wonder? And finally, question number 10. Keith will be delighted with this one. Considered to be one of the greatest managers of all time, who holds the record for the most consecutive league games won in La Liga, the Bundesliga, and the Premier League? Yeah, Australian composer, pianist, that's right. So question 10 again. Considered to be one of the greatest managers of all time, who holds the record for the most consecutive league games won in La Liga, the Bundesliga, and the Premier League. Now, all those answers start with a PG, so even if you don't know them, you can have a stab in the dark at them. Not that you'll go very far unless you don't know the answers. So I'll give you a minute to just work those out. No cheating, no Wikipediaing, of course. Let's just keep the race fair, should we say? Use your brains. And we'll see how we do. Right, that is, thankfully, the washing machine's finished now, so there won't be any whirring going on in the background now. All I've got is the sound of my wife's phone dinging in the background. I said a team are coming up with supposed answers, all the incorrect answers, so never mind. I have to have a consensus as they go. Right, I will give you another 30 seconds, then we'll do some marking after this round. All these are well-known answers, with the exception of the composer, which is a little tricky. But other than that, I'm expecting most people to get most of those right. So let's see how you've fared. Are we ready to do some marking, or do you need a little bit longer? Just go in the chat if you need a little bit longer, or I'm going too fast, let me know. If I'm going too slow and you want to get it over with, I can race through the next 4 rounds as fast as I like. I don't think there's anything special on TV tonight, is there, that we're all waiting for? I don't know. Right, as nothing's come up in the chat, let us crack on with the answers to the PG round. Played by Arnold Blackman, who was the fictional character. The fictional character wanted was Pussy Galore. Pussy Galore. Number 2, the professional footballer that started his career at Newcastle United as a youth and went on to join them in the Premier League, and finally played for Boston United, but of course Paul Gascoigne. Number 3, that company American multinational was after, which had got the and in the middle, was Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble. Well done if you got that. Number 4, the film rating I was after, of course, was PG, or parental guidance. Parental guidance. Number 5 was a guy called Phil Glenister. Number 6, of course, the old, who was renowned for killing Billy the Kid. That was Pat Garrett. I'm sure you've all heard of Pat Garrett. Number 7, the Australian-born composer, arranger, and pianist, of course, was Percy Grainger. Percy Grainger used to sell his CDs in my shop. Well, not his CDs, but CDs of Percy Grainger. Question number 8, of course, was Prince George. Number 9, often revered and feared. What colloquial name was given to the impressment service? Well, of course, that was the press gang. Press gang. And final, number 10, considered one of the greatest managers of all time. Who holds the record? It's Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola. So well done if you got that. That isn't his full name, obviously, but it is the name that most people know him by. Right, round number 3 is going to be a trivia trial on beer. But before we get that, let's get some scores in and see how we're done. Right, we've got Chris Peake on 18. We've got Chilly Willy on 17. We've got the Rotary Club on 20. Don Quixote are on 18. We've got Ian Townsend, 17.5. Very good round. Michelle Gibbons on 18. Sarah's on 18. Roger Griffiths on 17. Anthony Ridgway on 18. We've got Ruth Foster on 18 with the Spoonfish and the Greys. Spooky Rob on 16. Leslie Barrett on 17. Helen and Valentine on 16. Paul and J. Eve on 19. Oh my goodness, it's going off my screen. Sorry. It's just got off my screen. I don't know where I've got to now. Paul and Eve J are on 19. Donna Brown, Matt and me on 14. Well done, you two. Stuart Colwell on a very respectable 18. Jenny Graham and friends on 19. John O'Rourke, the famous 5 on 19. Fane Sorley on 13. PRS are on 19. We have, where have we got to? I've just missed a few there, but never mind. No, PRS. Julian Harry, Steve Farman on 17. Carol Green, 8 again. That must be 16 then, Carol. Mike Yates on 17. Graham Gifford in the gang on 18.5. Gillian Pugh on 16. Andrew Lewis on 17. Ice Baby. Thomas Grinnigan on 20. Fantastic. Great White on 16. Karen Mitchell's on 17 points. We've got Gray's Opticians on 17 points. Martin Davis on 15.5. We've got Home Alone 6 on 17 points. Mick Roberts on 18. Did you get Percy Granger, Mick? I bet you got him. Mark Ganderton, well, I've lost him, on a 13. Well done, Mark. Split the Difference on 18. Nicky Bowers on 18. Harry Cage, Harry Julian in on 19. Stuart Cope, what the has heard of Percy Granger? You've never heard of Percy Granger, you heathen. Never mind. Alex Brown on 16. Chris Pickard's on 17. Pigger Mixer on 16. Paul Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on 19. Great score. Chris Gallagher and Stuart Cope. I'm not sure what he's put down there, but never mind. The Lad Snatchers are on 20. Wrong answer still allowed right. Oh, they're on 18 and a half. Thomas Cunningham, loved your shop. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? But there we have it. It's one of those things. Life has to go on. Right, round number 3 tonight is entitled a Trivia Trial. But it's a trivia trial with a difference, because the trivia trial tonight is all connected with beer or something to do with beer. Actually, talking about Lids, do you want to just pop? Sorry, I just need a beer break. Give me a second. Oh. Leave it out now. Oh, right. Sorry about that, everybody. Oh, I'm back. Sorry about that. Right then. Percy Granger did bird impressions, did he? I know he was very much into folk music, Percy Granger. Gone for paint to finish his painting. Yeah, we definitely need to finish the painting. Be back on that tomorrow, Keith, surely. Right, here we go then. Trivia trial on beer. Question number 1. Sorry. In the 1970s, I'm Only Here for the Beer was an advertising penned by Ross Levinston in 1971 for which beer? I've written that wrong, actually. Just get rid of the in the 1970s bit at the front. We don't need that. Doesn't matter. You've already put it in. Question number 1 again. I'm Only Here for the Beer was an advertising slogan penned by Ross Levinston in 1971 for which beer? Correcting it as I go, everybody, but you get the gist of that one. So, I'm Only Here for the Beer was an advertising slogan penned by Ross Levinston in 1971 for which beer? Did he tweet them? Well, he might have done. Right, the last letter of that answer, which is a 2-word answer, I will help you with that, a 2-word answer. The last letter of that 2-word answer is the first letter of this answer. What name is given to a truck or cart without sides for delivering beer barrels or other heavy loads? So what name is given to a truck or cart without sides for delivering beer barrels or other heavy loads? And it's not a transit van. That's what we use. That's a 1-word answer. Right, take the last letter of that answer, which is a fairly straightforward answer, and it's the first letter of question number 3, or answer number 3. What common name is used to describe the genus Saccharomyces, a microorganism of the fungus family? So question 3 again, what common name is used to describe the genus Saccharomyces, a microorganism of the fungus family? And you can't do much brewing without it, believe me. Oh dear, itch my nose again. Sorry, I've got itchy nose syndrome for some reason. Did you report it? Right, the last letter of The last letter of that answer is the first letter of answer number 4. Listen carefully. What is an Old English unit of liquid volume? Used for measuring wine or beer, typically a large vat or vessel, and most often holding 252 gallons. Although that varies somewhat, but never mind. What is an Old English unit of liquid volume? Used for measuring wine or beer, typically a large vat or vessel, and most often holding 252 gallons. And that's an awful lot of beer. Do remember to take the last letter of the previous answer. This is a one-word answer. Nice answer, Sif. I think you could be right. It'd be a big thimble, though. Right then, question 5. Take the last letter of number 4. Which famous military leader once said, "On victory, you deserve beer. On defeat, you need it"? That's a two-word answer. Very famous. So which famous military leader once said, "On victory, you deserve beer. On defeat, you need it"? Yes, all right, everybody. Got thimble, teapot, teaspoon. Come on, keep coming up with them. Anybody else got another idea? You're giving the last letter away, of course, of the previous answer to that one, to all your competition that you might be trying to beat tonight. Now, that's a two-word answer, that famous military leader. Take the last letter of his last name, and it's the first letter of number 6. This is one that my brother Greg would love, but unfortunately, I don't think he's taking part tonight. Question number 6. A Kronenbourg beer advert was banned recently for being too French, as it appeared to show incorrectly that French hops were being used. But which famous ex-French footballer appeared in the advert? So question 6 again. A Kronenbourg beer advert was banned recently for being too French, as it appeared to show incorrectly that French hops were being used. But which famous ex-French footballer appeared in the advert? That's a two-word answer I'm after. I don't need his full 7 names or whatever he's got. Come on, there's not many famous French footballers. Well, yes, there is. I suppose there's Paul Pogba. There's lots of them. Oh, Joy More Sport. I thought you'd like that one, Martin. Even you know this one. Very easy. If you can't get that one, Martin, you might as well give up. No, not the case. Question number 7, of course, take the last letter of the last name of question number 6, and it's the first letter of number 7. Who was an English singer and songwriter known for her deep, expressive contralto vocals and her eclectic mix of musical genres, including soul, rhythm and blues, and jazz? She died of alcohol poisoning at her home in the July of 2011. Quite a loss, I think, to the music world at the time. So who was an English singer and songwriter known for her deep, expressive contralto vocals and her eclectic mix of musical genres, including soul, rhythm and blues, and jazz? She died of alcohol poisoning at her home in the July of 2011. At least that's what the coroner put it down as. And she was found to have 5 times the legal limit in the system when they found her. Again, that's a two-word answer I'm after, just a two-word answer. Take the last letter of the last name, and it's the first letter of number 8. Answer to number 8. Question number 8, this does help if you live locally, I suppose. It doesn't help if you live in Toronto. Let's hope you lived sometime in the Midlands, so I'm sure you did. What is the name of a regional brewery based in Leicester and founded in 1849? It produces cask ales and owns over 170 tenanted pubs, mainly around the Leicestershire area. So question 8 again. What is the name of a regional brewery based in Leicester and founded in 1849? It produces cask ales and owns over 170 tenanted pubs, mainly around the Leicestershire area. That's a one-word answer, and I want you to take the last letter of that answer, and it's the first letter of number 9. This is a tricky one. Taking place at the end of the mash, what one word is used to describe the spraying of the grist with hot water in order to remove the remaining soluble sugars? So, taking place at the end of the mash, what one word is used to describe the spraying of the grist with hot water in order to remove the remaining soluble sugars? I'm just after a one-word answer for that. And not a plural, just a singular. And finally, if you take the last letter of that answer, it'll be the first letter of this one. And the last letter of this one will take you back to number 1, of course. So here we go. Question number 10. St. Arnold of Flanders is apparently the patron saint of which country's brewers? Do remember the last letter of that one takes you right the way back to the first letter of number 1. So it obviously gives you the letter. So St. Arnold of Flanders is apparently the patron saint of which country's brewers? Have they opened a new brewery yet? I don't know, Chris. Honestly, I don't know. Who are we talking about? All the questions were about breweries. Oh, yes, probably mean number 8. Do you know, I don't know. I know they moved it, haven't they? I don't know whether it's open or not. I think they want to get rid of all their brewing operations sooner or later. Right, do we need any repeats, or are we happy with those? Do remember the last letter of each answer is the first letter of the previous answer. Oh, sorry, of the next answer. And when you get to number 10, the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1, just in case you haven't got it. Pretty straightforward, trivia trial. Right then, do we need anybody need a little bit more time, or are we happy with those? It is a pub quiz after all, so it ought to have a bee around really, but never mind. I did make it a bit easier by making it a trivia trail for you. Never mind. Yeah, top up that one, don't it? Okay, I'll give you another 30 seconds and then we will do some marking. That's still remarkably light here. The sun has just set, I think, it's just gone down. It's been a gorgeous day again. Lovely and warm. I don't think next week's weather is quite as good, is it, from what I can gather? I think it's going to break up a little bit, but I don't know, it probably keeps getting better, so we'll see. Thanks. Has everybody been able to get out and see 1 or 2 more people? It's not been easy, has it? But never mind. I think distancing rules are beginning to change slightly, but it might be a little while before we can reopen pubs in any meaningful way. Carol Jackson, this round does favour Keith a bit, possibly. But, and you, Carol, you're an ex pub owner, so you must know all these as well. Yeah, it goes full circle. You remember that. Right then, let's get some answers down. Are you ready, Ange? You're struggling. Question 1 then. I'm only here for the beer was an advertising slogan penned by Ross Levingston in 1971 for which beer? That was Double Diamond. Double Diamond. Beer that worked wonders. That gave you the D for that truck or cart called a dray. That in turn gave you the Y for the next answer, which is yeast, of course, the genus Saccharomyces. That gave you the T for your next answer, a ton, a large vat or vessel, most often holding 252 gallons, although there's a lot of controversy over that because tons were various sizes. But never mind, it's still a ton I was after. That's T-U-N, of course. That gives you the N for the famous military leader I was after, Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte. Well done if you got that. That in turn gave you the E for that footballer Eric Cantona, who advertised Kronenberg beers. That in turn gave you the A for that English singer and songwriter who died of alcohol poisoning. That was Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse. That in turn gave you the E for that regional brewer in Leicestershire. In fact, they did close their brewery recently, but they're relocating it because they were at Foss Park. It's Everard's. That gave you the S for to sparge. It's called sparge or sparging, but I needed the singular, so that's to sparge. S-P-A-R-G-E, sparge. That in turn gave you E for England. St. Arnold of Flanders is apparently the patron saint of brewers in England. So well done if you got that. And that, of course, took you all the way back to number 1. So let's see how you fared in that tricky trivia trail beer round. Right, come on, let's have some scores in. We have the Rotary Club, 30 points. Can't get on with that, Kevin King. Very good indeed. They've got a strong team there. Right, let's have some more points and see how we're doing. Faye with 6. Now, wait a minute, you got more than that, Faye. Michelle's got 26. Stuart Caldwell with 28. Very good. Chili William, sorry, 25. Got Leisure Barrett 27. Roger Griffiths 26. Faye's on 19. And then Steve Valentine 25. Steve Valentine 24. Sarah Deschamps on 27. We've got Mick Roberts on 26. Don Quizzotti on 26. Got Donna Brown, Mia Matt on 20. Very good indeed. Graham Gifford on 24.5. Anthony Ridgway 25 with the Ridgways. I've lost him again. Paul and Eve, Jane on 24. Nikki Bowes on 24. Home Alone, Carol Jackson. How did we do on that round? 25 points. Harry Julian Hill on 27. Gillian Pugh on 21 points. Clearly didn't know their beer very well, but never mind. Spoonfish and Grazer on 26 points. Andrew Lewis on 25. Mike Yates on 24 points. Donna Brown not winning it tonight. Never mind. Squeaky Bob on 22. We have Carrie Mitchell on 24 points. Hardly flavours me with beers from the cemeteries. John O'Rourke, famous 5 on 27. Ian Townsend, 25. We've got Pigamix on 24. We've got the Quizzy Rascals are on 27. John O'Rourke and famous 5 are on 27. My screen keeps mucking about. Never mind. Split the Difference are on 28. Jenny Graham and friends on 25. PRS are on 28. We've got the Grand Snatchers who scored 9, so on 24.5. Thought you were higher than that, but never mind. Martin Davis on a fantastic 23.5. Diane Alex and Pinky and Perky are on 25 points. Well, then played them. Mark Gallant's on 22. Great White's on 25. Chris Speaker and their gang are on 28 points. Right then, any more scores to come in, or are we all ready to go? So we have one team at the moment, haven't dropped a point. But that's it. Everybody else is on catch up at the moment. However, plenty of time to say we're done. We've got Thomas Grenigan. Ice Baby, I didn't get sparge. No, that wasn't an easy one, sparge. You don't sparge a walk very often, do you? Or skim your trub. That's a good. I should have put trub down. That's a good one. Squeaky Bob, rubbish at beer, me. Oh, what a shame. Never mind. We'll have to have some lessons in beer drinking and brewing. You'll have to come and do a day's brewing or something. Gray's Opticians on 26. You're spookily like your brother. Am I? Oh, God. Never mind. Well, I suppose there must be something in the genes, but never mind. It's actually sparging to answer the question that's written. Yeah, possibly, but I did say I wanted the singular. Did I not, Leslie? I did say I want the singular. Yes, it is sparging. To sparge is probably the where do we go then? I want to see the accusative. I can't remember. Right, round number 4. Let's stop arguing over sparging. I did ask for the singular. Sparging is a plural. Right, here we go then. Question 1 in round 4, food and drink. You all love a food and drink round. The name for which fruit stems from a native Central American word for the testicle. That's not a singular, that's a verb. You're probably right. You're better than me, because I was always crap at English, but I did try and encourage people to, all right, I should have said a verb. Never mind. To be or not to be. Right, question number 1. The name for which fruit stems from a native Central American word for testicle. It looks like a plum. Sorry, that's a bit rude. Never mind. What do you mean you were bad at English? I was bad at English. I was very poor at English, especially English grammar. Not very good at all. I didn't know my verbs from my adverbs. But never mind. Not everybody can be great at everything, Robbie. That's why I joined the Merchant Navy. Didn't need to speak or write stuff down. Oh dear. Question number 2 is a bit tricky. Which ancestor of Noah is also the name of an oversized champagne bottle that holds 6 litres? So which ancestor of Noah is also the name of an oversized champagne bottle that holds 6 litres? No, it's not a trivia trial. This is straightforward. Food and drink round. Yes, not very easy if you're not getting any hints with these, I have to say. You're right, Chilly. Especially question number 1. I hope you got that one. Yeah. No, we don't need tits again. No, we had that last week, didn't we? Was that Wednesday night? Yes, too many jokes about them. Right, question number 3 might start getting a bit easier. The best-selling Pimm's product, Pimm's number 1 cup, is based on which alcoholic spirit? So question 3, the best-selling Pimm's product, Pimm's number 1 cup, is based on which alcoholic spirit? Do you mean descendant of Noah? Yes, he probably was a descendant of Noah. Ancestor. Descendant. You tell me, Chris, you're probably better than me. What should we say? Descendant of Adam. That would definitely work that way around. No, it's a straightforward food and drink round, Keith. A straightforward food and drink round. Number 1, just think of the name for which fruit stems from a native Central American word for a testicle. So you need to think of something that looks a bit like that. Might be a bit swollen, but never mind. And it's not plum, if that helps. Number 2 was that champagne bottle size that holds 6 litres. And number 3, Pimm's number 1 cup is based on which alcoholic spirit? So, number 4, which P was known in early English as the apple of Granada? Change that story, didn't it? So which P was known in early English as the apple of Granada? That's right. Sparging is not a verb. It is given. Which size wood did Noah use to build his ark? 2 by 2. Oh dear. Right, let's have more ark jokes. I'm happy with that. Descendant is after. You're right. I did see that. Maybe I got that wrong. Ancestor. Yes, somebody came after. The descendant is after. He speaks. Never mind, Chris. You've told me. Right. Should we want to put descendant then, do we? Which descendant of Noah? That's probably right, actually. Question number 5. Chitterlings is a food dish that is normally made from the intestines of what animal? Very tasty. Chitterlings is a food dish that is normally made from the intestines of what animal? I'll give you the choice. Is it the cow, the pig, or a sheep? Pretty straightforward, that one. So chitterlings is a food dish that is normally made from the intestines of what animal? I'll give you the choice. Is it the cow, the pig, or a sheep? Now, I didn't know that. Do you know the mnemonic for wine bottle sizes is Michael Jackson really makes small boys nervous? Oh, there we have it. Actually, that works. Yeah, Robin's just given you the answer there if you look at his mnemonic. Well, I think yeah. Actually, that does work well. Very good. Question number 6 is a dead easy one. Carol, I like this one. When working for an advertising agency, author Salman Rushdie invented the word irresistible to help advertise which chocolate bar? I wonder how many chameleons snuck onto the ark. Oh dear God, it gets worse. So, when working for an advertising agency, author Salman Rushdie invented the word irresistible to help advertise which chocolate bar? We had to stop as cat caught a shrew. Oh dear. Yeah, all the questions are above you there. Carrie, you'll be all right. Question number 7 is pretty straightforward. The city of Modena in Italy is well known for its production of what type of vinegar? So question 7, the city of Modena in Italy is well known for its production of what type of vinegar? Oh, you've got one. Woohoo! So, Carrie, you've got a killer cat then, have you? Goes around killing poor little shrews, defenceless little shrews. Oh, well. Question number 8 for all you people that have been cooking whilst in lockdown. And I know one or two of you have been cooking tonight. Which of the following is normally made from 1 part sugar, 2 parts butter, and 3 parts flour? I'll give you the choice. Is it pancakes, sponge cake, or shortbread? Got 7 yesterday. Bloody cat. Poor things. Poor little shrews. Hey, they're supposed to be endangered species, aren't they, shrews? Question number 8. Which of the following is normally made from 1 part sugar, 2 parts butter, and 3 parts flour? Again, I gave you the choice. Was it pancakes, sponge cake, or shortbread? There's the old simple 1, 2, 3 rule with that one. I'm sure you'll all get that one. All you men, all you chaps that have been doing baking in lockdown, you'll all know that one. Got 7 yesterday who were a bit more rude about it. Well, you could teach the cat a lesson. Not quite sure how. I better not say how I'd do it. But never mind. Right, question number 9. The rice dish paella originated in which European country? Don't think too hard about that. Pretty straightforward. The rice dish paella originated in which European country? It's not a cash question. Nice straightforward answer to that. Joe and I are always baking not. Come on, Chilly, it's time to talk a bit of baking. I expect you're back out on the golf course all the time now, aren't you? Sunning yourself, no doubt. And finally, for all you pizza lovers, in fact, some of you might even have a box in your room if you're lucky. How many dots appear on the Domino Pizza's logo? There's a good one. So how many dots appear on the Domino's Pizza logo? Yeah, I thought you'd be out on the golf course. Typical. At least you're not catching shrews. Yes, it started hard. It got a bit easier, that, but never mind. That was a tough round. So I will give you a little bit of time just to think about those. There was no connection between any of them. And if you're all struggling for number 2, I think Robin gave you the answer for that in the chat somewhere with the mnemonic to remember how to come up with the answer. But there's nothing like a good old food and drink round to keep us on our toes. I'm guessing my beer delivery every round, which is excellent. Graham Gifford, we make our own. What's that, pizza? Yes, I trust it is. Well done you, fair play to you. My son used to make pizza, my son Luke. He still does, but he used to make such a such a mess of the kitchen. He blocked the sink once, he blew the microwave up once, but that's when we were on holiday. I don't think he was baking a potato when he blew the microwave up. He went for a shower. It was supposed to be on for 2 minutes. He put it on for 20 minutes, and when he came down, it was knackered. But never mind. So don't put a baked potato in your microwave for 20 minutes. It doesn't do it any good. But never mind. Not if you leave it on, that is. Right then. Answers to the food and drink round. Does anybody need any longer, or are we happy to stick with the answers that we've got? Let's stick with the answers that we've got. Here we go then. Question number 1. This is a quiz question. I've heard this a few times. Yes, you only gave the initials away. I did notice that, Robin. Question number 1. The name for which fruit stems from the native Central American word for the testicle? That is, of course, the avocado. The avocado. It looks like a testicle. Well, a big testicle. Question number 2. Which ancestor, or should we say descendant of Noah, is also the name of an oversized champagne bottle that holds 6 litres? Well, Robin gave you the initial, which was an M. That's a Methuselah. A Methuselah. Well done if you got that. Number 2, the best-selling Pimm's product, Pimm's number 1 cup, is based on which alcoholic spirit? That's gin. Number 4, which pea was known in early English as the apple of Granada? That's the pomegranate. Number 5, chitlins apparently comes from the intestines of the pig. Number 6, when working for an advertising agency even, Salman Rushdie invented the word irresistible to help advertise which chocolate bar? That, of course, was the bar with bubbles, which is Aero. Number 7, Modena apparently is famous for the production of balsamic vinegar. Number 8, the 1 part sugar, 2 part butter, and 3 parts flour should give you shortbread if you've done it correctly. Number 9, the rice dish paella originated in Spain. And finally, number 10, how many dots appear on the Domino's Pizza logo? That's 3. 3 dots. Well done if you got that. Right then, let's see how you fared after that round. Let's have some scores in. That was a bit tricky, but I'm expecting some good 6s, 7s, and 8s in that round, so we'll see how we fare. No more. Right, well, Steve Farnan with 32. Rugby Roach Club eventually have dropped a few points on 37 points, still very good. Michelle Givens doing remarkably well, 34. Chitty Will was on 33. Roger Griffiths 32. Carrie Mitchell 32. We've got Sarah on 35. We got Leslie Barrett, Sif on 36, can't afford pizza. John O'Rourke, famous 5 on 37. Great score that, John. Squeaky Bob on 30, Mike Yates 31. Got Pick a Mix on 31 as well. We have Helen and Steve Valentine 32, Stuart Caldwell's on 34, Mick Roberts on 34, Andrew Lewis on 32. We got Donna Brown, me and Matt on 27 points. The Foreskins are on 34 points. Faye's on 23 points. Nikki Bowes is on 30. Paul and Eve Jay are on 30 points. We've got Don Quizzotti on 35. Well in the running there. Jenny and Graham are on 32. We've got Martin Davis on 29.5. Graham Gifford, 33.5. Got the Grays Opticians on 35 points. Home Alone, 33 points. Still in there. PRS are on 37 points. Harry Cage, Harry, Julian, Ian are on 36 points. Chris Peake, I think, is just moving possibly into the lead on 38 points. Anthony Ridgway's on 33 points. Jill Pugh, oh dear, 28 points. We've got Diane Alex, Pinky and Perky on 31. Obviously not cheating. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are on 37. Alex Brown on 27. Got Chris Pickard, 37 points. Very good indeed. Keith Abbott, the Gunad Scratches on 34.5 points. Thomas Grenigan, Ice Baby on 34 points. Chris Meeks split the difference on 36 points. Great White on 34 points. So it's all very close at the top there. Well, I think top scores at the moment. We've got Chris on 37. We've got PRS on 37. We've got Quizzy Rascals on 37. Donna Brown's on, Donna, we've got Famous 5 on 37, and we've got the Rotary Club on 37. So anybody in the 30s at the moment, we're doing very well with 2 rounds to go, of course. Round number 5 is called an initial letter link. Now, there were supposed to be 10 questions in this, but I buggered it up because I changed 1 or 2 of the questions, and then I realised that I needed 11 questions, but never mind. So there are 10 general knowledge questions, and question 11 asks for a link between the previous 10 answers, if that makes any sense. I need to try and get my head around it myself, but never mind. So 11 possible answers to this round. So you should be able to score 11 if you're really lucky. And what's that? Oh, chocolate. Ooh. Look at this. Chocolate. I've got to put me off. Right, initial letter link, 11 questions on general knowledge, where the answer to the final question will be spelt out by rearranging the first letters of all the words in the first 10 answers. Are we happy? Oh, right. I need to wash that down. No, it's just I can't speak. Right, here we go then. Question number 1. In every year from 1999 to 2007, a phone made by which company was the world's best-selling mobile phone? So in every year from 1999 to 2007, a phone made by which company was the world's best-selling mobile phone? Who is? Your team? Oh, I didn't say I. Oh, sorry, I need to get back on the Is that a verb? Oh, dear. Question number 2. Considered to be the main anabolic hormone of the body, and with a name derived from Latin for island, what is a peptide hormone produced by beta cells of the pancreas? That might sound a lot more difficult than it actually is, that one. Considered to be the main anabolic hormone of the body, and with a name derived from Latin for island, what is a peptide hormone produced by beta cells of the pancreas? A verb which functions as a noun in Latin ending in ndum. Carnival in English ending in. God. Yeah, yeah, you can understand why I didn't do English very well at school. Yes, I know you know that, unfortunately, Keith, but never mind. It's kind of, it was there. Never mind. Question number 3. The Red Bull Ring is a Formula One race circuit located in which European country? So the Red Bull Ring is a Formula One race circuit located in which European country? Another will you get that cat in? Ian Sherrod. Sparging is not a verb, it's a gerund. All right. That makes it a lot clearer for me, but never mind. I'll let you argue about that. So did we all get that one? The Red Bull Ring is a Formula One race circuit located in which European country? Now remember, if you don't know these, you can just have a stab at it and see whether you've got the letters missing at the end. Question number 4. The Queen's official birthday is normally celebrated in June, but with her star sign being Taurus, in which other month was she actually born? So question 4 again, the Queen's official birthday is normally celebrated in June. God knows why. But with her star sign being Taurus, in which month was she actually born? I mean, who else do we know with 2 birthdays? Doesn't make any sense, really, does it? Well, if anybody knows actually why she's got 2 birthdays, you could perhaps put it down in the chat. That'd be interesting. God knows why she got 2 birthdays. Now, you could imagine somebody like me, you see, who was born on Christmas Eve. Now, you could imagine somebody born on Christmas Eve would have another birthday. So you could celebrate in June or something. But I can't believe for the coronation. Chicken? What? Better weather? Yeah, possibly. Right, question number 5. Listen carefully. Signed and named after a European capital, what was the name of the 1783 treaty that formally ended the American Revolutionary War? Now, that's actually a 4-word answer because it's the Treaty of, obviously. So, signed and named after a European capital, what was the name of the 1783 treaty that formally ended the American Revolutionary War? It's a 4-word answer starting the treaty. I'm probably giving it away, but never mind. It's so we don't have any confusion about whether it's a singular or plural answer or whether it's got 4 letters, 3 letters, or whatever else. I don't want everybody to start getting a bit discombobulated. What's that? Oh dear. She was crowned in June. Was it 1953? So what does that make her birthday in June then? Is it crowning birthday or something? So when she got married, did she have another birthday when she got married as well? Question number 6. Barry Elliott, who died in 2018, normally used which surname when he appeared on television? No, I don't want the city. It starts the treaty. It's a 4-word answer starting the treaty. That's why I want it to be short. Just so I don't confuse you, Sif. So I've given you that letter. That just helps. I need the city anyway. It's a 4-letter answer starting the treaty. Question number 7. Go on, Keith, you'll get this one straight away. What team was Brian Deane playing for in 1992 when he scored the first ever goal in the English Premier League? So question 7 again. What team was Brian Deane playing for in 1992 when he scored the first ever goal in the English Premier League? Pretty straightforward for all you sportsmen, should know that one. Now do remember to write down the first letter of each of your answers. Keep them separate in a column on the left-hand side somewhere. Right-hand side, you can mark where you like, I don't mind. Because I'm going to ask question 11, we'll ask for something which will be spelt out using those letters. Question number 8. This is not too difficult, especially if you've seen Susan Boyle. On my own, do you hear the people sing, and I dreamed a dream, are all songs from which famous musical? So question 8 again. On my own, do you hear the people sing, and I dreamed a dream, are all songs from which famous musical? Avocados. Martin. Question number 9. The car manufacturer Seat, their best-selling model of car, is named after which island? Is it Sayat? Apparently Sayat. I never thought it was Sayat. Maybe it is. The car manufacturer Sayat, best-selling model of car, is named after which island? Now keep writing down the first letter of each of these answers. Of course, if you're stiff and you haven't got any of them, it doesn't help, but never mind. Question number 10, dead easy. Come on, Sif, you'll know this one. Alongside English, what is the other official language of Pakistan? It's also used a lot in India. But alongside English, what is the other official language of Pakistan? So one word answer we're after. Paula, thank God my teammates are smart like that. Well done, Paula. It'll all come together now, you see, because question number 11 asks for something. It says, listen carefully, the first letters of the 10 words in the previous 10 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of what country, which is the only sovereign nation in the world to be named after a real-life woman, and it's a 2-word answer. So the first letters of the first 10 words of the previous 10 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of which country, which is the only sovereign nation in the world to be named after a real-life woman. And it's a 2-word answer. Right, I'm going to give you a minute to work that one out. See whether you can see how well you can work that out. Not the easiest thing in the world, but never mind. To give you a clue, I will give you a clue because it has been tricky this round. As you can see, everybody's struggling with it. It's a Caribbean country. A Caribbean country. At least I think it is. I better just check that. That may help everybody get it a bit, but never mind. It's a 2-word answer. It's a Caribbean country I'm after. So once you've got that country, see whether you can figure out which ones you've got right or wrong, if you've got any wrong. Especially you, Sif, as you didn't seem to think you got any of them, but I'm sure you'll have a few there. Well, it's great to see you all on a Sunday evening. It is beginning to get a little bit darker now. The sun hasn't gone down completely yet. We've still got quite light skies here. We've had a fantastic April, really. I'm sorry, May. We had a good April as well, didn't we, really? April and May have both been really good in terms of weather, and it's just as well as a lot of you have been locked down, having to put up with cooking and whatever else. But we still have the enigma of how the hell we're going to open pubs again, but never mind. That is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. But I hope once we are up and running, people will come and enjoy, do a pub quiz again on a Sunday night in the Victoria Inn. But we'll see. We might have to space teams out, you know, whether they sit with their normal friends, I don't know. Because even our teams, of course, are split between 2, 3, 4, 5, or even 6 people. And find it difficult to, how the hell are they going to distance between themselves? I don't know. That's going to be very difficult. Anyway, right. How much longer do we need for this round? I will give you a little bit longer because it was tricky this round. So does anybody else just put in the chat if people want a little bit longer? I don't have any normal friends. Nice one, Fi. You must have some normal friends. Oh, dear God. Hold on. Yes, I'm holding on, Keith. Don't worry, that's fine. You can work it backwards if you can find the island. I'm still down, I'll go the other way. If you can find the country, then you will you'll be able to work it out. Yeah, I'll give you another minute. There's no problem. No problem whatsoever. Chilly Willy needs beer. Yes, I want the tea, Donna. That's right. Question 5. I've given you question number 5. You've got the letter T there from question number 5. It was the treaty. So I gave you the first letter of answer to number 5. So that is part of course, the answer to number 11. Paula Lewis, thank God my teammates are smart. Good, that's what I like to see. I don't need the city, Donna. It's the is the first word. Well, I do need the city, but I need the full title of the treaty. The treaty isn't just the name of a city, is it? But never mind. Sorry, it's not very easy with those types of questions to make it. I shouldn't have put that down. I should have come up with something else really, shouldn't I? But never mind. It's a bit like the tricky sparge question, you know. We sparged, he sparged, they sparged. To sparge, not to sparge. Never mind. I'm sure I can have an argument with Sif later about that. Well, I won't have an argument. I don't know. But never mind. Chilly Willy's back. Where did he go off? I need a beer. Right, he's had his beer. Now, anybody else need a little bit longer? How many of you got, Ange? Yeah, I could. Never mind. I'll have to wait till the end of this round. Right then, everybody, let's crack on. I think some answers are probably needed. If anybody's desperate for another 30 seconds or a minute, just let me know quickly. That was a tricky round. Needed to work it out. Sparging is not a verb, it's a given. God knows what given is. Oh dear God. Right then, here we go. Initial letter. Are we ready? Eyes down, look in. Let's see whether they got all these right. Question number 1, in every year from 1999 to 2007, it was the world's best-selling mobile phone came from a company called Nokia. Question number 2, consider the main anabolic hormone of the body. It's insulin. I was after insulin. I don't know if you got that. The Red Bull Ring is a Formula One racing circuit located in Austria. Number 4, the Queen's official birthday is celebrated in June. But with the star sign being Taurus, in which other months was she active when she was born in April? Number 5, I wanted the Treaty of Paris. The Treaty of Paris brought an end to the American Revolution. Number 6, Barry Elliott, who died in 2018, was normally used which surname when he appeared on television? Oh, well, he was Barry Chuckle, part of the Chuckle Brothers. Number 7, what team was Brian Dean playing for in 1992? That was Sheffield United. Well done if you got that one. Number 8, On My Own, Do You Hear the People Sing and I Dreamed a Dream are all songs from which musical? That was Les Mis or Les Miserables. Number 9, the car manufacturer Seat's best-selling model car is named after which island? That's Ibiza. And number 10, alongside English, what is the other official language of Pakistan? That was Urdu. Yeah, Dean Johnson. I sparge, therefore I am I sparge. I shouldn't have come up with sparging, should I? Really? I should have come up with removing the shrub. That would have been far more interesting. But never mind. And finally, the first letters of the 10 words of the previous 10 answers could be rearranged to spell the name of what country, which is the only sovereign nation in the world to be named after a real-life woman. Well, it was named after St. Lucy of Syracuse, and it's called St. Lucia. St. Lucia. So well done if you got that. Right, let's have some scores in. We have Forskins with 45. We have Don Quixote with 46. Chili Willie's on 43. Leslie Barrett's on 42. Michelle's on 44 points. We're all doing what? We're all in the 40s so far. Famous 5 on 48 points. We got Spoonfish and the Greys on 46. We've got Helen and Steve Valentine on 43. Kevin Keenan, I'm not sure what that is. We've got Graham Gifford on 42.5. We've got Faze on 29. I'm Spargicus. I like that. Alex Brown's on 10. No, you're more than that, Alex. Don't put this round's things around. Never mind. Donna Brown, 11 for me and Matt. That takes it up to 38. Chris Speaks on 49 points. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are on 48 points. Carrie Michelle's on 41. Sarah's on 46. We have Andrew Lewis on 40. Anthony Ridgway and the gang are on 42.5. PRS, very respectable, 47 points. The NAD Scratchers, very close now on 45.5 points. Squeaky Popper on 39. We've got Paul and EJ on 40 points. Steve Farnden's on 42. Oh, bother, it's just, why does it do that? Sorry. Stuart Colwer, 44 points. Come on, Stuart. Mick Roberts, 42. Roger Gribbs is on 39 points. Bother. Mark Allenton, 41. Well done, Mark. Pick and Mixer on 42. We've got Carol Jackson and the gang from Crick on 42 points. Grey Opticians on 42. Mike Yates is on very respectable 37. Nicky Bowers on 40. Cycling is a it is a joy. Martin Davis is on 35.5. Got Jill Pugh. We like to be different on 34 points. We got Harry Cage. What's he on? Harry, Julie, and Ian on 46 points. Thomas Cronigan, 45 points. We've got the Rotary Club on 47 points. Alex Brown's on 37. Chris Peckard's on 46. We've got Pinky and Perky on 37. Chris Mead, split the difference on 46. Gina Graham and friends are on 41. Wait a minute. We've got 2 scores for the Rugby Rotary Club now on 48. Time to start handicapping the new Google champions are being quiz winners. Yes, you're right. So maybe we can deduct a point next week or 2 points for the top team tonight. But we will see. That's not a bad idea, actually, Keith. We will see. Right then, last round tonight. Very straightforward. We've got what a great writer. No P. Paris in St. Lucia. No, you're right. Well, Saint's got to be spent S-A-I-N-T. And I did say 3 times it was the treaty. of parasites. The first letter of the first word was T. Never mind. Sorry about that, Great White. Give yourself another point for that. I'm sorry if I misled you with that one. It was a bit tricky. Right. Round number 6 is just called general trivia. Yeah, the treaty. They were the first 2 words that I was after. Never mind. It was a bit of a balls up, but never mind. I think most people understood it, but not quite. So here we go then. That's why Mastermind, for instance, have 10 independent people looking at every question to make sure they're absolutely correct before they ever put it. No, it's a the treaty. No, it's a Giron. I'm going to have to look this up. Anyway, right, here we go then. General trivia, last round. Come on, everybody. Let's see how you fare. True or false? Now, listen carefully. True or false? Very straightforward, this one. If you're driving and run over a dog, you are legally required to report it to the police. True or false? That's in the UK, not necessarily Canada or America or the shrew-eating area of wherever it is. What's that? Just the UK, yeah. True or false? If you are driving and run over a dog, you are legally required to report it to the police. Is that true or false in the UK? Question number 2 is interesting. Oh, God. Question number 2. Now, nobody can get this wrong, surely. Who famously tweeted, if Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes her think she can satisfy America? So, who famously tweeted, if Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes her think she can satisfy America? You tell her, Niall. I don't look at that stupidity over sparging. Right, we all got that one. Number 2. Question number 3. Dead easy. The 1975 album, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, was the first ever album to reach number 1 on the US Albums Chart in its first week of release, but who recorded it? So question 3 again, the 1975 album, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, was the first ever album to reach number 1 on the US Albums Chart on its first week of release, but who recorded it? I think I had that album at one time. You had it as well. Is it the same thing? If you run over a moose, well, it could be. What other things do you? What about a bear or something? I suppose you get a few of those in America, in Canada, don't you? Moose. Well, you could run over a bear or run into a bear. Probably wouldn't have much car left, I suppose, if you ran into a bear. But never mind. Question number 4, dead easy. In the world of meteorology, which weather phenomenon is associated with a band of warm ocean water that develops in the central and east central equatorial Pacific and means the buoy? So in the world of meteorology, which weather phenomenon is associated with a band of warm ocean water that develops in the central and east central equatorial Pacific and means the buoy? I perhaps should have said what language that means the buoy in, but never mind. I'm sure you can work that one out. Must be this computer. I'm getting itchy nose syndrome again. Don't know what. I know. I can't help it. I'm just getting itchy nose. Question number 5. In the United Kingdom, Mother's Day can fall in one of which 2 months? So in the United Kingdom, Mother's Day can fall in one of which 2 months? Perhaps I should have put it in my little notes too. I presume, I presume Mother's Day, like Easter, moves with the moon or something. Plenty of things. Moon's got a lot to answer for, you know. Question number 6. This one's quite interesting. You might have heard this before, or for all you that haven't. This is an interesting one. Question number 6. Representing the Seychelles, which competitor finished 12th in the steeplechase at the 2014 African Championships? I'll give you the choice. Was it Gaylord Lucian Silly, Torquil Pansy Chump, or was it Errol Mincy Dimwit? That's ridiculous. So representing the Seychelles, which competitor finished 12th in the steeplechase at the 2014 African Championships? I gave you the choice. Was it Gaylord Lucian Silly, Torquil Pansy Chump, or was it Errol Mincy Dimwit? Oh dear God. Right, that's it. Time to call it a night. You'll do well to get that, but you can have a guess. There's no harm in guessing. Question number 17. Which 4-letter word can precede the word book and go after the words sour and high? Nice one, Chris. So which 4-letter word can precede the word book and go after the words sour and high? That's just a one-word answer, obviously 4 letters. Question number 8 is another one of those silly ones. You may have heard this or not. You can have a guess at it, even if you don't know it. Question number 8, nicknamed Slasher. Do I need to go any further with this question? I already know the answer. On account of his aggressive and athletic playing style, what was the name of an Irish international rugby league player? Again, I'll give you the choice. Was it Wayne Bridge, Wayne Knight, or Wayne Kerr? Sorry. Oh dear, sorry. So, named Slasher on account of his aggressive and athletic playing style. What was the name of an Irish international rugby league player? I gave you the choice. Was it Wayne Bridge, Wayne Knight, or was it Wayne Kerr? Oh dear, sorry. You have to titter, don't you? Right. Let's get ourselves back to yes. Let's get ourselves back to normality. Sorry for that. Question number 9. This is the penultimate question of the evening. The children's educational company Pink Fong, who had a hit single in 2018 with Baby Shark, are based in which country? So the children's educational company Pink Fong, who had a hit single in 2018 with Baby Shark, are based in which country? Very famous song. Everybody should have heard of that. It went something like Baby Shark, Baby Shark, Baby Shark, Mommy Shark. Was it? All right, I'll shut up. Sorry. But it went something like that. You'll all have heard it, I'm sure. All we need to know is the country which the company are based in. And finally, question 10 to round the evening off. Just a general knowledge question, this one pretty much, but you can work this one out if you think carefully. What was the name of Field Marshal Montgomery's dog, who was always by his side during the latter stages of World War II? It was named after his greatest adversary, whom Monty had always held in the greatest of regard. And that's just a one-word answer I want. So what was the name of Field Marshal Montgomery's dog, who was always by his side during the latter stages of World War II? It was named after his greatest adversary, whom Monty had always held in the greatest of regard. I've put Field Marshals. I should have read Field Marshal. And there we have it, everybody. So let's see how they've all fared. Do we need any repeating? Does Robin want me to start singing again? Now, Churchill's on the right lines. You're on the right lines there. Not correct, but you're on the right lines. I'm not convinced he was an adversary, but never mind. He might have been, you don't know, do you? Right, I'll give you a minute to get those, because this could mean the difference between winning and losing. We might introduce a penalising point system next week. So whoever wins tonight might get a point dot next week. Of course, if there's 6 teams, they might all get 6 points each, but never mind. It's all good fun. And I think this might be going on for a little while, because there's no hope whatsoever of getting the pub going in the a quiz going in the pub at the moment. We haven't been given the go-ahead to open the pub at all, really. I know some places are doing takeouts and some people are doing takeaways, carry-outs, Sunday lunches, whatever else, but it's not the same as the pub actually being open, or social distancing has been a bit of a pain in the what's it. But we'll see. We'll work it out, I'm sure. Right then, anybody need any longer, or are we all happy with the answers we got? Good. Things popping up on my phone. Right, here we go then. These are the answers to the previous round 6 general trivia. Again, I'm expecting people to get about 7 or 8 of these. Let's see how you fare, because this could make all the difference. True or false? If you're driving and run over a dog, are you legally required to report it to the police? Yes, that's true. Apparently, you are supposed to report it to the police. Number 2, who famously tweeted, if Hillary Clinton can't satisfy her husband, what makes her think she can satisfy America? Well, that, of course, was Donald Trump. It's just the kind of thing he would say. Number 3, the 1975 album Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy, of course, was released by Elton John. Number 4, meaning little boy, that warm ocean current that develops in central and east central equatorial Pacific is called El Nino. We've all heard of that, El Nino. Number 5, in the UK, Mother's Day can fall in one of 2 months. It can fall either in March or in April. I will be generous and give you half a point if you've got just one of those. Number 6, representing the Seychelles, which competitor finished 12th in the steeplechase at the African Championships. That was Gaylord Lucian Silly. Gaylord Lucian Silly. What a stupid man. It wasn't Torquil Pansy Chump or Errol Mincy Dimwit. No, it was Gaylord Lucian Silly. Question number 7, which 4-letter word can precede the word book and go after the words sour and high? That is, of course, note. Number 8, nicknamed Slasher on account of his aggressive and athletic playing style. What was the name of the Irish Rugby International League player? I gave you the choice, Wayne Bridge, Wayne Knight, or Wayne Kerr. It was, in fact, Wayne Kerr. Well done if you got that, Wayne Kerr. Fancy being called Wayne Kerr. Number 9, the children's educational company Ping Pong, of course, come from South Korea. And finally, number 10, Field Marshal Montgomery called his dog Rommel after his most inspired anniversary. So there we have it. Right, let's have some scores in. See how you fared. I'm expecting some good 7 or 8 in that round, so we should have some teams. 47, 57, 55, 50, anywhere in the 50s is doing well. Right, Carrie Mitchell's already come in with a 50. That's a cracking score. Well played, you. Leslie Barrett with a 49. We've got Roger Griffiths with a 46. Barnes Davis, 41.5. Faye's on the 35. We've got Chili Willie, 50 points. Nicky Bowsen, 45. Michelle's 52 points. Mick Roberts with a 50. Helen Steve with 50. We've got Anthony Ridge, 51.5. We've got Matt Neal finishing on disappointing 45. We've got Graham Gifford on 50.5. We've got Kevin Keenan and the Rugby Rose Club, 57 points. Might take some beating. Mike Yates on 44. We've got Stuart Colwell, 52. Well played, you. Chris Speak, 59 points. Chicken in. Well played, you. John O'Rourke, the famous 5 on a fantastic 55 points. Well played, you. As well as PRS on 57 points. That's a cracking score. So Ruth Foster. Wait a minute. Oh, she's just gone off the scheme there. Ruth's over Spoonfish and the Greys end up on 56 points. That could be good enough for a second place. Sarah's on 52. Well played, Sarah, and thank you for joining us tonight. Andrew Lewis on 47. Does that mean you beat Martin? I don't know, but never mind. Squeaky Bob on 46. Alex Brown, 47. Paul and Joe on 46. We've got Don Quizati. Cracking score again, 55 points. Quizzy Rascals, 56 points. Wow. Carol Jackson, Home Alone. Anybody in the 50s are doing really well. They've got 51 points. Well played them. Jenny Graham and friends on 51. Good, strong finish for them. We have Harry, Ian, and Jane on a fantastic 54 points. That's very good. Then Ad Scratchers, 53.5 points. That's a cracking score as well. We've got Ian Townsend and the Foreskins, 54 points. Thomas Grinling on 54 points. Chris Mead splits the difference on 55 points. Pickett Mixer on 49. Thanks again. Oh, thanks to you. Jill Pugh on a fan. They've come up quite well in the end there on 42 points. Mark Gallington on 46. Diane Alex on 44 points. Chris Picard. That's a cracking finish, Chris. 53 points. You're getting the hang of this, aren't you? Another brilliant quiz. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Michelle. Scribble, thank you very much. Great White have come in with 41 points. With the exception of a couple of the dodgy questions which I posted tonight, I think it's all gone reasonably smoothly, but have a very good week, coming week, the rest of you. If you'd like to tune in on Wednesday night, I will be doing another 6 rounds of general ridiculous trivia. Me and Lydia will be sat here. Lydia will be posting the questions for us, and I will be in front of your screens, for better or worse. I have asked Lydia to come and do this, and I'm going to do the typing, but I don't think she wants to do that. But anyway, thanks, Robin. Thank you, Jill, and well done the Giffords. Well done, everybody else. And well done to Chris Speak. I think they were the winners tonight with a 59 points. That's cracking. So, Chris, I'm going to dot your point next week. That's only on Sunday night. I think a point deduction for the Speak team, as they're clearly, mind you, I ought to have a look at the averages and see what I think. I might do that. No, I know we don't like that. All right, let's not do it. Let's not do that. It's probably so. But never mind. Anyway, thank you all and good night. Thank you for joining us. It is now actually dark outside. I think the sun has definitely gone down. Let's hope we have another fine week of weather. I might get up and do a bit of painting tomorrow or something like that. A bit more rubbing down. We'll see. So anyway, thanks, Mike. Thanks, Great White. Thanks, Graham Gifford and the gang. Ian, thank you for cycling, walking, Wayne Kings. Wayne King. What? Yeah, Wayne King. Wayne Kerr, wasn't it? Yeah, something like that. It's hard to come up with silly questions. So if anybody wants to just privately email me any ridiculously silly questions, which are actually true, I'm more than welcome to put a few ones in the answer. Thanks, Jill. Hope you. I don't think you did very well tonight, but never mind. How do you fare against Glynis and the gang? Did you beat them? That's all I want to know. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Andrew. Andrew, how did you fare? Did you beat Martin Davis tonight? That'd be interesting to know whether you beat them. But right, what is the time? It's 5 minutes past 10. And it's time for me to close down. Can I imagine we beat them? Yes, thanks. And we catch up on Wednesday. So everybody else that wants to come and join us on Wednesday night, 6 rounds of general ridiculous trivia. And by the end of these, well, I think we're on to quiz 19 now. So you should all You should all know every quiz question there is. It's hard to come up with anything new, to be quite honest. Good night, Shirley. Thank you very much. I hope you're out on the golf course tomorrow, enjoying the sun, if there is any tomorrow, but I'm sure there is. Anyway, good night all, and thank you very much. We'll see you again on Wednesday, or if not possible, maybe next Sunday night. So thank you very much, and good night all. Cheers. Right, streamers in.